Hey, this is Veronica Taylor, and from myself and Not-Ketchum, I just want to say, you're watching Birch-Koala Commentaries!
Thank you very much.
Shanic, you are a goddamn trooper, an awesome Aussie. In fact, you're gonna get a promotion. You are no longer just awesome Aussie, you are a super awesome Aussie of this crew. So, anywho, old school bitches. This is Birch-Koala Crew Commentaries. He's with DoctorJhonReborn and
Shag02.
Okay, a little bit delayed there. I hope that isn't just guy fucking up, but not. Anywho, yeah, you heard that right. That was, in fact, freaking Miss Veronica Taylor at the beginning, and we can thank Shanic for that. He went to a... what was it? Was it like a con or something? Thing at Sydney? Well, whichever it was, but anywho, he went there, met Veronica Taylor, got her to say those lines. Freaking awesome. Anywho, Pokemon Yellow, my god, the nostalgia.
Childhood memories.
Indeed. The very first Pokemon game I ever played, and actually...
Pikachu!
So cute. And became pretty much the go-to... I wouldn't say horrible mascot, but dangerously close at this point. Anywho, naming my guy here John because I'm just unimaginative like that. And there really isn't too much of a space in these early games to really put, because this was back in time when 6 to 8 letters was just about the maximum we had to deal with. This asshat. Now, let's see. I
John?
could be an original naming Carrie, or for confusion's sake, name him John. But I decided to give him another name, and... let's just say, even when I was watching the rostering and anything, I cracked myself up. Nutball! That's right, I remember now. His name is Nutball! His parents really hated him. So yeah. Well, might as well get on with our Pokemon origins here, since this is part 1 and the game is just basically going to tell us the ropes. Here, so Pokemon. Or more specifically Pokemon Yellow, I actually had a little bit of backwards introduction to the games, because I actually watched the anime TV series first and then got the games, which is why this was my favorite Pokemon game for a long time, because this actually uses some of the elements from the TV series.
I think I'm in the same boat with you also. I think I watched the Pokemon anime series first and then got into the games.
Yeah, that's... some may say that's kind of a backwards way to go about it, but hey, each to their own. Anywho, dear...
well, not really for me, because like the anime series actually came out first for me, and then the games came out later on in the year.
Yeah, true. Ballet Town, this place and this tune. Good lord, the nostalgia overrode. Nutball's house. Oh dear god, that...
Hello,
hey,
Daisy.
John, Nutball is out at Grandpa's lap. Sometime later down in the road during this playthrough, either one of us is going to crack up completely, because some of the lines with that name are just fucking hilarious. But, oh yes, and another interesting aspect, well, not interesting, but just to give a little bit of a time scale when we are actually doing this commentary, starting it out, we're actually doing this around the same time we're doing Punch-Out commentary for Wii, so there's your timestamp to consider when this was started.
27 of 6, 2015.
Thank you, Shanic. Well, no harm being accurate, but still. Doing all Pokemon trainers today, trainers, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, Pokemon League, just come here and kick our asses. Something that we won't be doing for a little while now. And apparently Elite Four is Professor Oak fanboys. Considering they plead to him via email. Nice little town, but I think I wanna go for a stroll for a little bit longer, so...
Hey, wait! Don't go out!
Were you
Was close.
trying to do the anime voice for Oak? Because that was actually surprisingly close.
Yeah, I can actually do Professor Oak, just, like... I think I can still do him, but just reading the lines was a little bit off the mark.
Yeah, well... Actually, speaking about that, that kinda reminds me, did you... Since I imagine you... first saw the dub version, was the... Pokemon TV series version you saw the infamous 4-Kids dub, or did you have the... luck of having some other... Nutball? Why are you here already? Maybe because he's called Nutball!
No, well, I mean, yeah, it does well with Pokemon work, because, all I know is about the 4-Kids dub.
Be patient, Nutball! God damn it. And being a douche, he commits downright thievery, which isn't punishable at all because bug law enforcement in Pokemon universe is almost non-existent. Only one cop for the entire fucking region. Or the world at this point, because I think when they first did the first generation, I don't think Game Freak or Nintendo really thought this to be a long-term thing. Considering some of the elements, I think they might have thought this was just one and done deal back in the day.
For a second there, I saw the S and I was like, oh god, am I Pikachu?
Yeah, that was a little bit too predictable, and even Robotnik decided, no, not gonna do that today. So how about something still kinda unoriginal, but... Let's see, Electro, how about... Okay! Glad you like it. Glad you like that.
I can tell you actually had a bit of fun with this.
Oh yeah, I decided to just, you know what, fuck it, let's just throw some random jokes because I guess we all have given some really fucking stupid names to our Pokemon that we have regret later. Anyhow, I decided to name my Pikachu fantasily as Kimisu, which, those who actually bother to care, is actually a combination of two Japanese words. Basically, Ki is short from Kiro, which means yellow, and Misu is mouse in Japanese, so yeah, yellow mouse.
Huh.
Straight to the point. Nutball wants to fight.
Eevee! Eevee's so cute!
Indeed. Indeed. And he's also pretty much good if you wanna do... Well, okay, in this generation there was only 3 forms for Eevee, but nowadays when there's buttload of Eevee transformation, you can actually build a pretty competent team by just using Eevee evolutions. Sure, they might be a little bit predictable, but still. Oh yes, and in case, I hope it will come out in the final product clearly, but I hope you are enjoying this Pokemon action in attempted 60 frames per second. Had to tune up with my video editor setting a little bit to get that thing to work, but if all goes well, this adventure with Pikachu and with our adversary Nutball should be running at a smooth 60 frames per second. And this is something that only the yellow version has in the Generation 1 games. Sort of a prototype to what was later to become the happiness factor of the Pokemon. Basically, if you keep checking out Pikachu, you can see his mood, and the further you go in the game, the more battles you win with him, or generally just as if you do well during your travels, Pikachu will become happier and happier as you go along. So yeah, in a sense, it's sort of like an early prototype of the happiness factor that came into play in Generation 2 with some of the Pokemons. Anywho, another rat, Rattata. I guess we all got kinda sick of these little munchers. They're in the first generation because they're fucking everywhere.
Yep.
Luckily, our rat is also...
I guess it doesn't also help that their name also sounds like a machine gun going off.
Yeah, that's... like, okay, it's so obvious a rat pun of sort, but yeah, you really cannot... that name is seriously like a sound effect, like... rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat.
Yeah. Not a rat-a-tat?
Yep, that's actually... yeah, even though it may seem like it, I didn't have a sudden narcolepsy seizure there, but instead I decided to edit the battle out because I'm following a rather good general rule of thumb for these kind of games, or Pokemon games in general. If you're running into a new encounter, I'm gonna show it up, but if it's all the same we've seen before, I'm gonna cut it out. Just for
Nice.
timekeeping sake, because if I'm gonna show every single fucking encounter in this game, then Jesus Christ. This could easily expand into a fucking 500 episode. So run, because let's just say some of the areas in this game have lots and lots and lots of fucking encounters. My god. Anywho, we cannot get past this town because there's a really grumpy old fuck who hasn't had his coffee yet. I mean, okay, yeah, even I'm a little bit grumpy if I don't get my morning coffee, but Jesus Christ, dude. Lay it off a little bit. So instead we decided to stop in the mart and we got Oak's parcel. Apparently the old bastard is so fucking tired or lazy that he cannot bother to get it himself, so we might as well go and drop it to him. And on the way back, Pigeon! Technically Pidgey, but seriously, it's a fucking Pigeon. And they say Generation 1 was the most creative. Sure.
Oh,
Yeah, apparently I fished up like family of pigeons because all of those encounters after that first one were freaking bitches, like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, John, how is my old Pokemon? Well, it seems to like you a lot. You must be talented as a Pokemon trainer. Why don't you have something for me?
nah, I'm not doing any more line reading.
No, that was good, but yeah, I can imagine that can get tiring after a while.
Oh no, it was just like I was trying to read it and read it and say it at the same time as quick as I could.
Yeah, I scroll the text rather fastly here simply because, well, I almost have memorized some of the dialogue of this game to heart, and plus, you really don't want to be staring at a static text box for too long. It gets boring after a while, no matter how hilarious the dialogue may be.
True, true.
And in case you missed it, due to our commentary here, basically Oak here has proved that he's even more of a lazy fuck, and basically told us that, go do my job for me, build this fucking Pokédex, it's blank, I'm tired, you're young, go out there and get some.
I gotta show you, I gotta try and find that webcomic, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it's like, Ash/Red here, he's asking Professor Oak, wait, you're sending me out to do your Pokédex, but there's no Pokemon, but you haven't done anything in, like, Professor Oak slapped Red, and he's like, what's my grandson's name?
Sounds kinda close to an actual comic I've read, but I don't think it's the same. Anywho, here I'm going back to Oak because I was thinking that he's gonna give you some free Pokeballs if you better go back to him after that, but sadly no. We need to buy those. And here I'm just stopping because I was thinking that whether or not to stop the full recording there, but I decided, fuck it, let's at least go get the Pokeball so we can get catching.
Yeah.
And of course on the way I had to be a freaking rat and pigeon exterminator.
You monster.
This entire game is taking cutesy little animals and using them in a cockfighting. Anyone who picked this game is a bastard. That's basically what it is, legalized cockfighting. Anywho, dropping the target downs, let's just...
That's not a blood sport.
Yeah, here I just checked because even though I like Generation 1 and I'm a little bit more forgiving to it than some other people are, it's still kinda difficult to render back into this because I'm so used to the later generations giving you some little bit more stuff before you can even start capturing.
Yep.
And Pikachu is still an ungrateful little bastard.
Do you mean Kimizu?
Yes, Kimizu. Now I'm already forgetting my name. Wing teams. But anywho, that concludes the first episode of Pokemon Yellow. Something that is gonna be going up for quite a while. Well, but that said, I hope you people enjoyed this episode as much. Whoa, why the hell am I like talking? This is the finale already. Jesus Christ. Anywho.
That's it, we're done for today.
Yeah, for today. But anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed, and this is DoctorJhonReborn.
And Shanky's here
And we are
too.
both saying bye-bye everyone. See yous later.
See yous.